Give me 1 second. All right. Go ahead and type your name in the chat for me. All right, we have 3 parts today. So the first thing that we're going to do is we need to set up a Meta account. All right, what I need for everyone, well, let's do this one first because this was easier. Go ahead and turn your camera off for me. All right, so Rodolfo and Cora have already done this. All right, what I need for you to do is if you are already signed into your Zoom workplace, when you turn off your camera, you have, I want you to have your photo there. So if you're already logged into Zoom Workplace, you can just go to the top of your little picture, which some of you right now, it's just saying your name. It says mute and there's 3 dots, and I can click edit profile picture and update my picture. If you are not signed into Zoom, then you have to sign into Zoom to be able to do this. So go ahead and sign into Zoom Workplace. Of course, you're going to sign in with your school email, and we're going to go ahead and get these pictures updated. I am going to make your ICA available, and as soon as your picture is updated, you will type in there that this is your first task, that you have updated your Zoom photo. All right, I already have Cora's updated, and I see Rodolfo's updated. Gloria just updated hers.
Professor, I don't know how to do that.
All right, so you're gonna have to log into Zoom, like go to the internet and log into Zoom Workplace with your school information. Yes.
On school page,
No, it's just Zoom. I'm not sure if it's available to you on your school page, but just like go to the internet and Google Zoom Workplace. And you're gonna click sign in. Gloria, do you recall if it made you make an account with your school email or if you were just able to log in with your school information?
I did my school email. So I did my school email and password, and then it made me verify the account with my school email, and then I was able to just log in through the school portal every time.
Through the school. Can you share your screen and show me what you're talking
Yeah.
about? What you did? I don't know what to do with my pen. Oh, there it is.
Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the Zoom, I would just come to this class every time, and then like this global learn, I would click here and then just open, and it automatically opens under my school email. So, but like the first time I did it, it took me to this page, and I hit join Zoom Workplace app. And then once that had downloaded, I just entered my school email.
Okay. All right. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but that's what we do to get into the Zoom, right?
Yes, but to change your profile, you have to I think you have to log into the actual,
Well,
be logged into the actual app.
can you show me how to do it because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, share your screen. You know how to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, where do I go?
All right. So go to your, okay, right there is where she said, launch the meeting. You're already in the meeting, I feel like.
Yeah.
You might already be logged in, but launch the meeting. Let's see. All right. And then, where's my picture in the way? What does the blue say down there? I can't see it because this picture is in the way.
Join.
Join.
I'm already on the
Okay.
Zoom.
So,
I can share my screen again and show her.
okay. If you're logged in though, you should be able to where you see everyone's picture is, if you find your picture and kind of hover over the top, for me it says mute and then I have three dots.
Yeah. Can
Then
y'all
if
see
I,
it on mine?
let's see.
On our, can you see our actual Zoom page?
I see the Zoom page. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the mute she's talking about is up here, and then the three little dots all
Oh
the way
no, so
down to mine.
I don't see what you're pointing to though.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't see your
The
panel of
actual Zoom.
people.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right, so if you're looking, I don't know if you can see my panel of people showing.
No,
No?
no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So you have a panel of people like that are in the class. So yours will say it'll show your picture. Um, whenever your video is off, of course video is on, of course your actual camera is showing you whatever you're doing. So on that photo of yourself, if you hover kind of over the top of it, top right corner, it'll say mute. And then it also has three dots beside the mute.
I
So
also
for me,
just uploaded an image in the chat, kind of what you're talking about.
okay. And then for me, if I click on the three dots, it starts with mute my audio, start video, blur, blah, blah, blah. And as you go down to the bottom, it'll say edit profile picture. And if you click on edit profile picture, that's where you can change that picture or add a picture.
Well, if you
So
can share your screen and show me, that would be
I
great.
can't show you let me see. Hold on.
It won't let us show the actual like Zoom panel, but if you look in the chat and you click on the image I just uploaded, it'll show you kind of what she's talking about from my page.
Yeah, it won't let me show you my panel of people. But she did, let's see what's in the chat. She did upload an image. I have no idea why my camera isn't working. She did upload an image. Jana, you may have to log out and log back in or use another device. You can
I had to
always
upload
use
it
your,
from my phone. I couldn't do
yeah,
it from my laptop.
okay. You can always use your phone, Jaina, as a second device. You just would have to mute one of them. All right, I'm gonna download her picture. All right, if you download the picture that was provided for you and blow it up, this is what I'm talking about, the panel of people across the top. So there's a panel of people across the top, and Gloria Gloria is the one that uploaded this picture. So if you hover on your picture in that panel of people, when you're looking at her image that she showed, you'll see up at the top it'll say mute and there's three dots. If you click on the three dots and go all the way to the bottom, the last two options, one is edit your profile picture. So if you are logged in, which it seems that you are, you should be able to edit your photo that way.
No idea. I'm trying to figure it out what you're saying.
See. Let's see. Can you see her picture that she uploaded?
I see you.
Right. So I'm in the so you don't see let's see what's showing.
It's showing correctly.
Okay, I'm sharing the picture that Gloria uploaded is what you see. Even though my picture is in the center, above my picture is a panel of people, like everyone that's in the room. And it shows who's already updated their picture. So you find your name or your picture and hover over the top right-hand corner of your window. And that's where you're going to find the mute or the three dots.
Yeah, I see the three dots.
All right, click on the three dots.
Yes, I did.
And then go towards the bottom. It says edit profile picture. That's where you'll add your picture.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen.
But you're not going to be able to, don't think you're going to be able to. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you
So
did. Yep,
here,
yep.
the three dot,
Mm,
that's what I'm
you're
seeing.
not, yeah, you're not logged in. Why does it look like you're logged in, though?
I'm
You're
seeing
not logged in. That's why it's not showing you.
huh?
You're not logged in right to Zoom. That's why it's not showing up there. So you have to do it through that Zoom window. Um, any other suggestions?
I don't have any other than, like I said, to go to your school like you're going to Zoom, like how you got on it today, and then it should make you log in. The first time you ever done it, you should have logged in with an email. It may not have been your school one, but like after Zoom class, if you download Zoom onto your computer or your phone, however you're doing it, it will let you access your picture that way also.
Have her come out and then go back in, and it should take her through those steps again, and she just log in with her school email.
All right, go ahead and log. Who was talking that said they couldn't do it? Oh, Emanata, go ahead and log out and try that Zoom window again.
You said log out?
Yeah, log out of this log out of this session and try that Zoom window again.
So you mean leave completely?
Yes, leave completely. Same thing for you, Zach. Try to leave completely and try to log back in. So Jana's pictures updated. Diane. All right, so tell me this. As you're logged in, are you able in the let's say I minimize this. I can actually go to my Zoom, like, let me see if I can pull it up.
If you go to the actual Zoom app, and then in the top right corner, it'll have like your picture with the little video recorder. Hold on, Hazy. And it will, like, you'll just click on that and it will let you edit it.
Yeah, I can actually go to my Zoom app.
I'll say I had to use the app. I had to download it. I could not use the web browser to do it.
My Zoom Workplace app. All right, when I open it up, let me see if I can share this. Let me share this. Let's see if I can share this. Zoom. I think this is going to be the faster task. Uh, Okay. Zach, you got it? Is it share? Share. But I'm not able to share why am I not able to share my app? I'm not able to share this app, but if when you log into your Zoom, for me it says at the top whiteboard, home, calendar, etc. And eventually it shows let's see if I can get a screenshot. It's in my settings of the profile on the actual app. Can you happen to find that? Yeah, take a screenshot of the phone. Unfortunately, it won't. Unfortunately, it won't show my actual app window, but you can do it from your settings profile in the actual Zoom Workplace app. You still here, Aminata?
Hello? Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Are you able to log into the Zoom Workplace?
I'm here. I just log off and log in again.
Okay, so not this class, but okay, so when you click on your picture again, do you see if it's changed at all?
I try. I don't know where to go exactly though.
Okay.
You can try after the class, but I don't know right now.
All right. Well, this is part of the in-class assignment, so I want to make sure you get it, but it
Okay,
is
but
going to be
you can
in
show
this
me because you're not being able to show me too. So you can show me.
right now. I can't share my
Willing
Zoom
to-
workplace though.
Can we get like control, like actual control of her computer? Is that possible?
No,
You know
I
how
can't. No, I'm not
okay.
IT, so I can't do it.
No, you know how sometimes in like Zoom meetings they have like um it's like you can control the mouse for her.
Mm, I'm not familiar with that.
If she share her school screen and show me how where to go, I can do it. But she's not
Right.
been able to do that too.
No, I can't share, like I can't
Yeah.
share my Zoom workplace window with you. All right, that's the only other place that I know that you can get it. So when you log into Zoom Workplace, there is a settings button there with your profile picture, and that's another place where you can go to the settings. And in the settings, it's everything that you can control. It says general video, audio, share screen. Let's see. Let me try this. I don't know. I can't do that either. Share
I just
screen,
sent a
team chat.
video from my phone if she wants to look at that of the two different ways. I showed how you could do it through the three dots, and then I also showed how to do it on the actual Zoom app.
Okay.
Okay. Is that you, Gloria?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Gloria shared again. So the only other place that I know you can change it is in the Zoom app, under settings. All right. So the next task, it's another computer related task, guys. I'm going to share a video that I need for you to watch really quick. And then I'm going to share the screen. We have to set up what we call a Meta account. All right, most of you probably already have a Meta account. If you have Facebook or Instagram. So we have to create a new profile under your Meta account, and that profile is someone's sharing
Okay.
something.
Right now I'm in a setting and I don't see any way you can get your
Yours isn't.
picture.
And you're logged in with your school one?
I'm in a Zoom setting.
Mm, Video, audio, background.
I don't see anything that you can, be able to show your picture and
Oh no,
stuff.
close. So it's not in this.
Mm.
It's in the actual Zoom, like
You might be able to go to the other
it's
tab,
it's
and
separate from this.
the other tab where it says launch meeting, you should have like a profile picture up there, or like it'll probably say like AC, and you can click that and upload a picture there on that tab too.
Yeah, it's separate from this particular meeting that we're in.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I can't even grab a screenshot of this either. So let me share this video. You might be able to walk through. Once this recording comes out, Aminata, you might be able to walk through and do it. You'll just have to scroll to
Okay,
one
if you
minute.
can give me some time, I will try to do it after Zoom.
Okay. So the recording will have to come out and you'll be able to hopefully see at that point. All right, so the next task, let me find the document. All right, this is going to be a 3-minute video. You're going to watch it on your own. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. All right, there's the link in the chat. So again, we got to set up our Meta account. All right, and again, we have to set up a new Meta account profile with your ANU email. All right, you can do this from your computer or you can do it from your phone, your app center, whether it's the Apple Store or whether it's Google Play. All right, I'm going to share. We're just focusing on the blue portion of this right now. Okay. All right, everybody able to see the blue part where it says Meta account setup? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to have to go to either the Apple Store or Google Play. Some people did it with their phone, some people did it on their computer, whichever one you decide. Again, if you already have, which I'm sure the majority of us do, have Facebook or Instagram, those are considered Meta accounts. We're not going to use those. You're going to set up a new profile. So when you get into your account, once you've downloaded the app, you're going to go to Account Center. Then you're going to go to Profiles. And you're going to create a new account. And that new account, we want to create it with an email address. All right, so we're not signing into any old accounts. We're going to, it's called Meta Horizon. Meta Horizon is the app. If you happen to have children that have Meta accounts, you want to make sure you've signed out of those accounts as well, because the account profile, the date of birth, needs to be a date of birth that is going to place you at the age of 18 or older. If you are using an account where the birthday is under age 18, then you're not going to be able to download the software when it's sent to you. All right, so y'all go to work on that. I'm going to go ahead and make your ICA available. And when you're done with setting up your profile, I need either the confirmation email. Of course, you have to finish out the confirmation, or a picture of the profile that states that you have set up your ANU profile under a Meta account. All right, and your ICA is available under Module 3.
What's the website again? You said Metarize?
No, it's going to be an app store, whether it's Google or Apple. And the application that you're looking for is in the chat. It's called Meta Horizon.
Did you say send the confirmation on
Yes,
here?
you're going to upload that confirmation in the ICA.
Okay.
So the ICA has 3 parts. The first part was proof that you have updated your profile picture. The second one is the fact that you have set up this account that's attached to your school email. And then, of course, we're going to have the lecture portion.
All right, so I'm to the page where it says like welcome Gloria, and then it says to like verify it with the two-step factor. Do we need to do that part?
I would not put a two-factor on it.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to do that. I think it makes life harder when you put a two-factor.
And where do we go in Meta to like find our email? Because I already have it. So the email I got for the confirmation of the account it's old.
Okay, so we don't want that profile. So you need a different profile. Let me share my
No, it's my ANU
Oh, it is?
email. Yeah.
Who's speaking?
Cora.
Okay. So you would just need to hold on. Let me share my window.
I was looking at like the privacy sent
So this is mine. So let me go
okay.
back one though. Let me go back.
Maybe if I log out.
All right. So I'm going to ooh,
I can't remember how we figured it out last time.
I'll log. So for me, I don't know if my screen is sharing.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So for me, see, I think we went to see more in the account center.
I'm in account center right now. That's what I was thinking.
And then under the account center, you have your different profiles if you've already set it up.
Um,
So this one is the profile. Let's see. See username. No, that's not the one I want. Personal details, I think it was. Contact information. Or can you go grab your, I don't know, can you get in old courses?
no, I don't have access to my previous courses. Um, but I should have the screenshot I sent. It just would be it's old, but I am logged into
Oh
it on
yeah,
my
that's
phone.
fine. The old screenshot is fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We need to screenshot both our Zoom profile picture and our Meta profile picture and send it.
So I'm really interested in the meta. I have the Zoom profiles for um Jana, Cheyenne, Aaron, Colby, Bria, Ashley, Cora, Rodolfo, and Zach. I think we were just waiting on one more. Aminatas. We were waiting on Aminata. So I have your Zooms. I want to go ahead and add 33 points for that. And then I'm just waiting on, once you upload this, it'll be 66 points. And then at the end of the session, when we're done with the notes, you'll load those, and that'll get you to the 100 points.
Okay, so are we uploading the screenshot of our Meta account to the Zoom chat, or is there a spot?
It's gonna be to your ICA. This week's ICA.
Okay, so personal details and then contact information.
So contact, you can find it there. But Cora, you already have, you can try this. You can try the personal details, contact information. As you can see, I have 3 accounts, and
Mhm.
this is the ANU one. So that is my Meta account that's attached to ANU.
Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to find my screenshot, so I don't know where that is. But I'll keep looking.
See, it's not under your profiles though.
I'm sorry.
Is it not under your profiles?
So well, I can log in online. It just looks different on my phone. When I go
Let's see what it looks
to
like on the phone. 1 second. Where's my
okay, um, account center.
see Meta? All right, so on the phone,
Hmm.
we went to Account Center and we went to, it can be personal details or under profiles.
You said, or what's the second one?
It can be, you can try the personal details or you can do it under the profiles.
I don't see either of those. In my account center, it says add Facebook account, add Instagram, password security, connected experiences, your information and permissions, uh, MetaPay, and then it says manage accounts. When I go to the account,
Oh yeah,
um,
manage accounts.
yeah, it says Cora Williams, and there's like the little emoji or like person, but it doesn't show the email.
When
I
you
but I
click on,
used the email to log in, my
oh,
ANU.
hold on.
Oh,
Let me unshare.
I can't remember how we did this.
Let me unshare.
Maybe I might have to update it.
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay.
But under your personal details, you're not seeing your the email account under the contact info.
I don't have personal details as an option on my phone, but I'm gonna go on the website quick to see if I can get that
Hmm.
Do you see a spot on the app that says preferences?
reference.
It's a email it's an email spot under preferences that should have the emails or your name, your first and last name with email
On the
under
phone
the settings on the app. If you open up the
setting.
app and then under
Okay.
settings, it's a menu and then you scroll down to preferences
Mm,
and it says notifications, emails, and display.
mm-hmm. I
Do you see it
hit
under the email?
I hit emails and then just says supervision, meta, device, social, apps.
Oh, that's where I went to find the email or to put the
It's
email.
Meta Horizon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Let me
logged in.
unshare this.
Okay.
Share, not sharing.
Or
Pressure.
can I send you the like code that it sent to my ANU
Oh
thing
yeah,
for me
you
to
can
log
go
in?
back and grab that.
Okay, sorry. I just because I'm already logged in, but I wasn't trying to make it more difficult. Okay.
Yeah, when you do set it up to go to ANU email, it will send you an email with a code, and you have to go type that code in or whatever for it to go ahead and process for you. So I'm fine with the email with the code as well, but you got to make sure that you do go through and finish out the code stuff. All right, and once you're done with that, go ahead and load that to um your ICA for this week. All right, and let me type in this information.
What are we loading up again?
Proof that you set up this Meta Horizon account with your ANU email. So you can go to your account details and grab where it says, it typically is like your email address and your date of birth under details. Or you can go to your email and find where it sent you the code and you can screenshot that, but you do need to make sure that you follow up with putting the code where it needs to go. Share.
I've been able to create it, Meteorize the account, but I have not got any code to be sent it to you. I took a picture for what the picture, I mean, whatever picture it showed me. So I'm gonna upload that to my.
Upload that and we'll see. But you should have received
I
an
just checked
email.
on my email or both emails, so I didn't see anything that they sent it to me. But I've been able to create an account.
Okay. Well, go ahead and upload the photo.
Do I need to add a Facebook account in order to have
No,
this?
no,
Because that's
no. You can use your email. Like we don't
I
want
must
to
have the
use
wrong app
your
because this app isn't, yeah, this app isn't showing me the same thing you're looking at.
Meta
And this is the only
Horizon.
yeah, this is the only app on Apple Play Store. My app is showing me looks like Fortnite characters.
Yep. So if you have a Facebook or you have an Instagram, you already have a Meta account. You just need to create a profile, another profile that's attached to your email. And that's where we were talking about you go to so you have a Facebook or an Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you go in, you're gonna need to go to profile. Let me make sure. I can't do it through the computer. Um, can you see in the chat where I put what does it say? Where it says account center,
Yes.
then profiles, and then you want to create a new profile, but you want to create it at the very bottom, it'll say sign up with email. All right, and I see the completes, but you want to put this photo, put proof that you did this in your ICA. And that proof is either going to be that email confirmation or a screenshot of your actual profile. And it says in the account details, it'll be like your ANU email address and it says like your date of birth is kind of what it looks like. All right, so for grade so far, if you have both submit it. You're going to see a 66, but I eventually will go back in once you upload the notes from the lecture and update the rest of the grade. So that's what, if you're seeing that, that's what you're seeing. All right, Jana. I gotta be Zoom picture updated. Shine. Picture updated. Picture updated. Then
Are you going through and doing those 66s right now?
yes.
Okay.
Colby. And then
Professor, after we create the profile for the school, what are we doing after that? We're just screenshotting what?
you're screenshotting either the confirmation email or the details where it shows me that your school address is attached to that profile.
Okay.
It'll say like details or profile details, and it'll say like your email address, and then I feel like it says your date of birth, something like that.
Oh.
I just need to know that it's done because when it does come time for you to get this app, we don't want any barriers when you get your Oculus to being able to go ahead and do what you need to do. Oh,
So if I screenshot my personal details where it says my school email address, birthday, and
yep, that'll be good.
so
Laura, did you up? Yeah, I do see you. Oh, you're the one giving me all the instructions.
Sorry.
I said, no, I didn't write your name down, but you were giving us instructions on how to do it. So, Gloria. All right. All right. Now, the next task before I put you on break, I need for you to go to your school email address. School email. And if you don't see it in your email, you're going to have to go to spam. You're looking for an email from Virtual Medical Coaching. All right. It's going to say something like you should have claimed your account within 24 hours. which you probably didn't. So what you need to do is click on it, and you're going to click on forgot password. So basically we're going to go to we're basically launching to the virtual medical coaching webpage, where we're going to sign in, and we're going to click on forgot password, and you're going to use your school email account to reset it.
I didn't get the email from them.
Who's speaking?
Gloria.
Gloria?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you check spam?
Yes, ma'am. And I refreshed it.
Check my account. Let's see. VMC order 12/9/2020. Let's see, Gloria. Gilliam G.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, okay, tell me, just go Google virtual medical coaching.
I didn't get no email too.
Okay, Google virtual medical coaching. And it should bring you to something like where you need to sign in. And then underneath that, you'll see forgot password. Did you find it yet, Gloria?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, now let's just try your ANU email to see if it was actually set up, because I put in an order for it and they said that they were sent. So I have you're listed. Anybody else not seeing the email?
I didn't see email too.
I got it that time.
I
All
didn't
right, you
see no
did.
email
So
from
you were
them.
able to do it, Gloria?
Yes, ma'am, I was. Hold on,
All
his.
right. So, Aminata, just go to the virtual medical coaching webpage where it tells you to log in. Right underneath it, it says forgot password, and just type in your ANU email address.
Which page is that?
Just Google virtual medical coaching. All right. Everybody else, if you do not see an email yet in your spam or regular email, same thing. Go to the virtual medical coaching webpage. Just Google it. And where it tells you to sign in, underneath it, it'll say there's a link for forgot password. And on that, you will, on that link for forgot password, you're going to type in your school email address to proceed.
I'm in. This is Cheyenne.
Okay. All right. If you are in, I'll just wait until we get back. But we are looking for something called downloads. And my other class said that there were no downloads available for them yet. But we're gonna have to, once they are available, we're gonna go to the downloads thing, because if right now, if you click on simulations, it'll say you don't have any simulations, but we have to download the software. Let's see, let me share mine.
Yeah, I see it says you don't have any access to any downloads. Contact IT support.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna drop um a link for you to email to say that you don't have anything to download. So let me sign in. Not drop a link. I'm gonna tell you the email address. See.
See your school.
chat. Right. That is the email you're going to email. Oh, dang, did it? Uh-oh. Anyway, maybe it didn't drop. The email is, hold on. Oh, that's it. That's the email. You're going to email them to let them know that you don't have any downloads available to download the software you need for your simulations. But what it should look like, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I think we need this for next week. All right, what it should look like when you click on downloads, you should have where you can download the Windows-based app or the Mac-based app, and you download the appropriate one for your computer. And once you've downloaded it, when you go to simulations, you should see this window that you see right now. When you click on radiography, it's going to give you all of the simulations that you need. Of course, we can click on them and it'll tell us further. We'll be able to click which one we need, but we have to get this download first. We have to get the software downloaded before you'll have these options. All right, so it is now 9:05, so let's take a 10-minute break, come back at 9:16, and
Okay,
we'll finish out. Go
what
ahead.
was you supposed to put on the email?
Say again now.
What was you supposed to put on the email to tap to him?
Just let them know that you don't have any software available to download in your profile.
Alrighty, thank you.
Mhm.
Do we need to submit a screenshot of our virtual coaching to the in-class assignments?
No, no, you don't need that. Just the Zoom. Well, I already updated the Zoom for all the ones that I see. So just the account information for Meta, and also it'll be the notes from the rest of the session. Miss Boyd, were you able to get your Meta account set up?
Yeah. Did you not get the email that I sent? I
You
uploaded
sent
it.
an
Or
email?
I sent the confirmation code. Do I need to send like the picture of like the
No, let me
email,
look one more time.
the email and stuff? If not, I can.
Just upload it one more time. It did not go through on my end on the ICA.
Okay.
So either the picture or the I got the Zoom picture. I got that myself. Um I just don't see an upload for
The other. Okay.
the Meta account. All right. So now we're going to move on to the lecture, and if there's time, I will test drive the simulator for you all. I think. All right, I'll test drive the simulator if there's time left. All right, the last part of your ICA today is to just take notes on the chapter. All right, and this was a pretty simple chapter. Pretty simple chapter in my opinion. It's just educational survival skills. And this is for any college student, but for I'll say health science students, stress can creep up, probably a lot more than what I'll say more of a general education type, like if I was in psychology, majoring in psychology, maybe the stress load and the things that you have to do as far as clinicals is not there unless, of course, you were going past that 4-year degree. I think in your master's degree in those type fields and also in your doctorate degree, that's going to require you to have some type of internships or clinicals, but for the most part, all allied health does present some type of clinical, which adds a little bit of a different bit of a stressor just because it's more work that you have to do. Um, so again, this is educational survival skills. These were your objectives. So basically talked a little bit about, and this is your PowerPoint assignment yourself, you have to do this as well. Just make sure you take a look at the rubric and make sure you don't like copy the PowerPoints themselves. You have to deliver this content in your own way. So discuss a little bit about the symptoms and also what causes stress. Talk a little bit about what fight or flight is. Talk about buffers or things that we can do to reduce stress. Talk a little bit about being organized and also setting limits, and also evaluating yourself for knowing yourself and where your shortcomings are. Talk a little bit about what uplifts are in terms of hassles and also big stressors. Your chapter went a little bit into nutrition and also exercise. Those are good for reducing stress. Talk a little bit about study techniques in terms of retention, what you need to do to help, I'll say, help you better retain information. After 24 hours of you learning something, and if you don't continue to review it, of course, your retention of that information will significantly decrease. And then also list some steps for successful test taking. And that kind of goes hand in hand with knowing what type of learner you are. Some people are more visual. X-ray students tend to be more hands-on. And then some people can just listen to things and get it. So learn what type of, or know what type of learner you are, and figure out what type of test taking strategies you can come up with to better to do better, I'll say, on your test. All right, so your chapter started off with kind of the definition of stress, what it actually is, what some stressors are, in my opinion, for students I've seen in the past, X-ray students or health science students. Some of the stressors that they have are physics. With physics comes a lot of algebra. Some students do not like math, so that is a huge stressor for them once they reach that physics class or physics classes or imaging classes. Some students think that they don't have enough time to study with all of the additional coursework. Some have families that they need to take care of. Some have jobs and other obligations to others. So not having enough time to study is a big stressor for some health science students. That work life, school, family balance is a big stressor for X-ray students in your traditional programs. This is typically a full-time job, just being a student. So 5 days a week, these students are normally in class or they're in clinicals. And we're not talking about commute times. We're not talking about study times. This is basically about 8 hour day, 8 to 12 hour days that they're either in class or clinic. And they're doing it about 5 days a week. So it is a full-time job for most X-ray students. Traffic in my city where I live, I mean, even though I live in the outskirts of Atlanta, if you're driving into Atlanta, you know, you're talking about 15 to 30 miles, you can be in traffic for an hour plus. So that can be a huge stressor. For some students, it's money as well, because in order to go to school, they may need to cut back on their obligation to a job. So with cutting back on your hours, of course, you have less money coming in. And then some students are paying out of pocket for X-ray school as well. So money can be a stressor. Homework, of course, is always a stressor for students, especially if you're in, you know, more than one or two classes, all of them having homework. That's a stressor for some students. Transportation or the lack thereof for some students. Most X-ray students have some sort of clinicals that they're going to. Depending on the program, clinical mileage. With ANU, it's 50 miles they try to get you. But for most programs, it's in upwards of 100. Some programs up to 150 to 200 miles one way. So transportation can be a big issue for students, depending on how far they need to drive to get to clinic. And then, of course, there's other stressors. So, support system, having a support system going through school. For instance, if you're a full-time student, but you used to work full-time and you needed to cut down on your hours, having a support system that's able to pick up the slack where you're not able to, if it's an obligation to others, or even if it's picking up on the money that you don't have to pay bills, having that support system can lessen the stress. So, any stressor that you all have that we haven't mentioned or that I haven't mentioned, these are just things that I've seen from my X-ray students in the past. Any other stressors that you have? All right,
It
Noah.
could be health. Health could be one.
Yep, health can be one, whether it's you become sick or a family member becomes sick, or you know, even death for some students, family members, that's a big stressor. Any other ones?
Single mom.
Single mom, so that's going back to that work life, school, children balance. If you're a single mom, you've added now on school, and eventually you'll add on clinic. So if you don't have that support system that we talked about, that is a huge stressor for a lot of allied health students as well. Any other stressors?
You also have environment,
What kind of environment?
just environment in general. You got storms, flooding.
Environmental
Unexpected.
stressors? Yes, yes. Depending on the year and depending on where you live, there are environmental stressors that happen, especially, the big storms like I would say the hurricanes, like the one that just came through and destroyed Jamaica and some other countries probably as well, or even cities here in the US. That is a huge stressor. To go from having everything to having nothing. Yes, definitely. Any other stressors that we haven't mentioned? Okay. Well, we hit a lot of them. So, in general, per your book definition, stress is something that is produced by events that are perceived as demands on time, energy, or resources, with the threat that we don't have enough time, we don't have enough energy, or we don't have enough resources to be able to fulfill whatever obligation that we had. So, again, depending on the person, a stressor is going to be different for all of us. Some stressors cause emotional stress only, and some have physiological stressors or physical stresses on our body as well. A prolonged state of constant alert over time, meaning you're stressed all the time and you can't find a way to reduce it or buffer it, it can cause physical and or emotional illness. So some stressors can be good but for the most part, if we can't reduce the stress, it could have a toll that we don't want, meaning you could become ill as a result of prolonged stress. At some point, I feel like all of us get stressed out, but just knowing how to deal with or reduce the stress is going to be huge over the next 2 years. All right, next, your book talked about, or the chapter talked about, your fight or flight response. So that's one way that our body deals with stress. Are we going to stay and fight? Or are we going to run away? Are we going to take the flight approach? There was a video that I used to show. It was like a caveman. All right, he had a club, and of course, a tiger was coming at him. So he has to decide, hey, am I going to stay and fight this tiger off? Or am I going to run in the opposite direction? So that's basically what flight or flight is. Your book also gives an example. I believe the example in your book, it talked about you getting a phone call at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, some of us may have been expecting that phone call. Of course, if we got the phone call, we would not be alarmed. But for the most part, at 2 a.m. in the morning, we're not expecting a phone call. So if you get a phone call, it may startle you and cause you to jump out of bed. And the first thing that probably most of us are thinking, if we're getting a phone call at 2 a.m., it can't be good news, unless, of course, maybe we were on call for a job, or maybe we were expecting a family member to call us, at a certain time. We probably wouldn't be alarmed. But for most of us at 2 a.m. in the morning, that phone call is going to be alarming. In any case, the book stated that it ended up being a wrong number, but even though we knew it was a wrong number, before we figured out it was a wrong number, our body jumped into action. So some of the changes that might have occurred when we got that phone call at 2 a.m., we have increased metabolism of fat, sugars, and energy. So for some people, stress can cause them, of course, to lose weight. And then, of course, for some of us, we may get the urge to eat. And of course, it would be the opposite effect. There's a release of hormones and also an increase in blood flow and cardiac output. So when we get alarmed, our heart rate might start, we can feel our heart beating, and that's as a result of that increased blood flow. And then, of course, our central nervous system is also stimulated. And that's going to cause us to, of course, react one way or the other, whether that's going to be the fight response or that's going to be the flight response. For some students, what I've seen in the past, this response system might kick into action when they've missed a deadline or they have overcommitted themselves. They don't know how to say no, even though they know they have the additional increased school obligation, and they have whatever obligations they have to families when other people are asking. They don't know how to say no, so they overcommit themselves. And of course, something is going to fail. We can't do everything, equally good. So overcommitment becomes a stressor for some students. With overcommitment, that goes into that inability to set those personal limits or those personal boundaries for others that are asking you for things. Um, and if you do set those limits, sometimes it comes with a loss of friendship. Loss of friendship and also a loss of self-esteem is some things that we see or that I've seen in X-ray and allied health students over the years. And those are just some of the things that cause us to fight or flight. Another one that I see for X-ray students, especially early on, is when they have a poor test result, they start thinking, okay, is this going to be too hard for me? Is this going to be for me? This is too hard. So some flight, meaning they give up and they say, hey, this is not for me. It's too hard. And then some stay and fight it out, even if it means that they need to repeat a course. They stay the course to try and figure out if they can make it through the program. All right, so that's just a little bit about the fight or flight response. All right, so stress and your education. So you are in or learning something new for some of you. Some of you may already be limited text, or maybe you are an MA in a state that allows you to take x-rays or some type of x-rays. But for the most part, when students are coming to imaging, it's completely new. All right, it's new technology, meaning you're working with x-ray equipment. For you all, it's even newer because you don't have your hands on the physical equipment. We're working with a simulation, and this is a new technology for a lot of schools. So instead of coming into a live lab and getting that hands-on experience, you are being launched into a virtual simulator. All right, so you don't get that hands-on, you don't get that tactile, you don't get the face-to-face talking to people and practicing the craft. All right, so eventually you will go to your clinical rotations. All right, and that's a whole nother set of stressor because then even though you have all these comps you need to get, you've never touched an x-ray machine in your life. You've never engaged with positioning a real patient and touching them physically. So when you get to the clinical environment and the techs are trying to teach you, because most students are coming to them with some sort of entry-level experience from the lab, they are basically going to dictate when you're going to be able to comp. So you might think in your mind, day one, oh, I've been in the simulator, I'm ready to comp this chest x-ray. When you get to the clinical environment, the first thing that they want you to do is observe. Then they're going to let you assist, and then eventually they will let you practice, and then eventually they will let you comp. So being that currently we only have 10 weeks, probably about 3 weeks, you're going to be getting used to the clinical environment, and your techs are going to get to know you. And of course, then they'll eventually allow you to comp. So that's going to cause a little bit of stress for you because you have all these comps that you need to get. Some other events may pop up in life while you're in school, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's an employer calling you in at the last minute off schedule when you're supposed to be in class, and all of this will create a stressful environment for you. So in general, school is going to be stressful because it's added to life. It's added to family. It's added to work and all these other things that you have going on. All right, so some of the strategies to help deal with stress. Some of the ones that your book suggested, and that might be hard for some of us, avoiding caffeine. avoiding alcohol, avoiding nicotine. If that's a part of your everyday life or your weekly life, especially the coffee in the morning or, nicotine, those are probably the more common ones. And then, of course, some people like to decompress by drinking alcohol, but your book tells you that you should avoid those as much as possible. It also suggested that we get involved with some type of physical activity, probably 30 minutes, about 3 to 5 times a week, but any amount of activity, even if it's 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, is better than no activity at all. So that's a suggestion that the book gives us. Another one is getting enough rest or sleep. That's going to help reduce stress. It recommended some type of relaxation techniques. You can also talk to people. Unfortunately, we're in the virtual environment, but in your more traditional programs, whatever cohort you're coming in with, you're seeing them for 2 years physically in class and in lab for 2 years. So they get to know each other and they get to, of course, I'll say complain to each other, so to speak, but they get to be able to decompress with someone else that's in the same situation that they're in. So talking to someone, having that support or that person that's willing to listen. And then also learning how to manage your time. That's a big one. Taking advantage of every idle moment of the 24 hours that you have. An example would be you have your ebooks. So on your commute in, wherever you need to go, maybe you can have your ebook read to you versus trying to find time to physically read the book. Printing out pages in your ebook. So when you're at work, even if you can't have your technology there, you have some instructors allow you to submit work that is handwritten. So again, figuring out how to manage your time and taking advantage of your idle moments. And the last one that your book talked about was taking control. So again, knowing how to say no and managing your time. If you're a procrastinator, figuring out how to do things better. So in general, self-image is important. How you see yourself is important, and it can increase your stress, especially if you have a poor self-image. Understanding the new environment that you're in and what is causing that additional stress and trying to find a way to reduce it or buffer it. That's going to be important for you all over the next 2 years. Um, Learn to lessen or remove yourself from what you consider a stressful situation whenever possible. So, again, having those boundaries, especially if taking on additional responsibility or chores of others is causing stress, learn how to say no. Put up that boundary. Having positive thoughts and emotions versus negative thoughts, like negative, I can't do this. Positive, I can do this, and this is how I'm going to do it. And then again, the last one, going back to the boundaries, knowing how to say no to others when you have things on your plate already. All right, signs of stress. You have to figure out what signs of stress you have. So for some people, or for me, I'll say headaches is a sign of stress. Another one that some people may have is having upset stomach, diarrhea, and nausea. I see that with a lot of students when it comes to test day, when it comes to lab comp day, even I've seen it sometimes with my kids' sports, not necessarily my kids, but other kids. When that stress kicks in, they all of a sudden, before a big game, they have to go to the restroom, and that's, the stress kicking in. Some people, even it's so bad that they start having chest pains. Almost mimics a heart attack, but that is a stressor. It's not a heart attack. They're just having some type of anxiety that's kicking in. Um, Another one is having low energy or being tired all the time, not wanting to do anything. That's a stressor, or stress, or sign of stress for some people. Getting sick suddenly or frequently is a sign of stress, especially if you're not able to reduce it or buffer it. It can cause someone to become ill. and loss of drive to do things, not wanting to do things, that goes back into that low energy or being tired. And some people also lose their hair when they become stressed. So there are a lot of signs to stress, and those signs they can present emotionally or they can present physically. So some of the ones that are on the PowerPoint: ulcers, stomach ulcers, colds, um, being irritable is a sign. High cholesterol. Of course, you probably wouldn't know that unless you got your levels checked. Muscle stiffness, especially like in that neck, shoulder area. Again, for me, it's headaches. Some people, they lose sleep over stress. So as far as your family and friends, they can often tell when you're stressed out. Hopefully, you have some sort of support system that you are able to lean on, that's able to listen to you and not stress you out even more. That would be a good thing, having that support system, whether it's a family member or a friend or even a classmate. Our emotions are noticeably altered. People can notice when you're irritable or when you're different, based on your stress level. And like I said, stressors are going to be different from person to person. So what stresses me out is not necessarily what's going to stress Gloria out, and vice versa. So you have to be able to identify what is stressing you out, and then you have to be able to act upon it to figure out how to reduce whatever that stress is. All right, stressors themselves. So, by definition, a stressor is any event that adds stress to your life. Again, different from person to person. Again, what stresses me out may not necessarily stress you out. Best dealt with by using some sort of buffer. So, figuring out what it is and trying to find a buffer for it. And then recognize that some stressors are going to be outside of your control. So, your book went into two big categories of stressors. One was psychological type stressors, and the other one was physical or physiological type stressors. So, um, a physiological type stressor or a physical stressor, things that put stress on your body, and someone mentioned it earlier, was some sort of environmental stressor. Now, it could be a storm and what that storm produced, but it could be something as simple as someone not liking hot weather or cold weather and having to be out in those elements. Another physical stressor might be some type of injury or some type of illness or some type of pain. All right, those are all physical. A psychological stressor might be a situation that you are in, an individual situation, or some type of event, such as maybe I'll say for some of our students, going back to that transportation or lack thereof. For some students, it's that family care plan. They thought they had a babysitter and they were going to be able to go to clinic. Their babysitter calls off. Now, all of a sudden, um, psychologically, that's stressing them because they don't have that transportation or they don't have that babysitter and they need to be somewhere. Um, Sometimes it can be comments that are made, whether it's in the clinical setting when you're trying to learn. And a comment, sometimes when you get feedback from your text, some sugarcoat it and some are very blunt and direct. And that can cause stress for students as well. So, those are the two broad categories that your book talked about, whether it's psychological or whether it's a physical stressor. All right, now, being that we know that we have stress, we have to figure out what type of strategy is going to work for us. All right, we have to also know if we're talking about a big stressor or something that is called or could be considered a hassle. All right, so a hassle, in my opinion, for me, is maybe, a fluctuation of a weight. All right, whether I'm overweight, meaning I'm weighing more than I would like to, or whether I'm underweight, meaning I'm losing weight too fast. That's more of a hassle. I mean, unless that weight loss is caused by, some sort of illness that I have, that could be a big stressor. Another one, more of a hassle, is not getting enough sleep. All right. So it's more of a hassle. It's not a big stressor. We can potentially figure it out. It's just going to take a little bit of time to figure out when we can get that sleep. Another one for me in Atlanta is the commute times and the traffic. That's more of a hassle. Not necessarily something that we can get rid of. So we have to figure out, how to deal with it. Why are we going to let it stress us out if there's nothing that we can do about it, with the exception of maybe leaving earlier? And then another stressor might be misplacing or losing some things at a time when you need to be out the door. For instance, you can't find your keys or you can't find your homework. That's more of a hassle. Now, some of the bigger stressors, in my opinion, are going to be things such as a death in the family or a divorce. That could be a big stressor. Bankruptcy could be a big stressor. And then also, if you find out that you or a family member is seriously ill, that could be a big stressor. All right, so know the difference between a stressor and a hassle. All right, recognize your stressors. Hassles, if we allow them to, they can compound themselves, meaning build up if you have too many of them, and they can become big stressors for some people. And a way that your book told you to try to deal with stress is for you to plan what we call uplifts or positive activities to kind of buffer or reduce the stress. So an example of a planned activity for someone might be, I'm going to go to the spa. For me, a planned activity that I would consider an uplift is I'm just going to take the day off. I'm going to potentially isolate myself from everyone, and I'm just going to take naps and maybe binge watch some type of television. That might be an uplift for some people, and it doesn't cost any additional money. For some people, it might be, let's say you had a big test week, and you got all your homework in on time and you did okay on your tests. They might plan something like, okay, I'm going to go out for a movie with my friends, take a couple hours out of the week to do that. Or I'm going to take my kids out for ice cream. So plan some type of positive activity to help reduce your stress. All right. So schedule positive uplifts as part of your lifestyle. So it shouldn't be something that we do once or twice a year. It should be as often as possible, especially if we're always stressed out. All right, some other things that we can do to help deal with stress is avoid conversations that show that we have out of control language, and of course, replace that language with something that is in control. Stress is or can be very contagious. So if we can control our thoughts and our language, it can help reduce or buffer that stress. So instead of saying, I can't do this, maybe say, I can do this, and this is how I'm going to do it. So that goes into basically setting that schedule so that you don't feel that you're overwhelmed. All right, take responsibility for yourself and understand that the worry process and that all stress can never be eliminated completely, but we can control some of it by only worrying about ourselves and controlling what we can control. So some of the things that I've seen for past x-ray students that I've had, especially those that are in person, they're always worried about what someone else made on their tests. Oh, this person always makes good grades, and I'm always, borderline failing or failing. Well, you can only control what you make on the test. So you have to maybe put some interventions into place, maybe say, okay, so I didn't do so well this week. This is what I struggled with. All right, next week, let me see if I can find a different type of strategy to help me better understand the information. And that could be, tutoring. That could be leaning on your friends who maybe have a better understanding of the information. Or that could be for some students, additional studying. Maybe they didn't study enough. All right, so again, these are other ways that we can deal with stress. All right, next, your book talked about the worry process. So recognize when the worry process is in your vocabulary and thought process. All right, 95% of things that you worry about never turn out the way you might expect them to. And if you continue to worry about it, of course, it's going to rob you of energy unnecessarily. Many times we worry about things that are out of our control, and a big contributor of worry is procrastination. Some of us are procrastinators. While some of us do work well under pressure, for some people, when you've procrastinated and you've waited to the very end to do things, that worry kicks in, and it kind of causes us sometimes to fail. So I think in some of the discussions, some people stated that they were going to start, setting better schedules as far as time management. If you can set a schedule, then that can help with some of the procrastination. But when you do set the schedule, of course, you have to stick to that schedule. All right. So again, worrying is not good, not a good thing. Of course, we're going to worry a little bit, but if you can reduce some of that worry by putting things into place, by, taking control of your time and not procrastinating, and only worry about things that you can control, for the most part, then that will be helpful in reducing your stress as well. All right, worry survival techniques. These are book recommended techniques. All right, first thing, I think there was like analogy that you were supposed to ask yourself, am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Also figuring out if you have control of the situation or if it's something that is out of your control. Um, Figuring out if it's something that's even a concern of yours. Like, for instance, I said students that worry about other people's test scores. That's not something that you should be concerned with, nor is it something that's in your control. You can only be concerned with your grades and also what you can do better the next time. Let's see, another one. So again, avoiding procrastination, setting those deadlines or timelines for you. All of your courses have a to-do list if your instructor has the course set up to where you're scheduled out to the end of the course. You can take that to-do list and you can set additional timelines for yourself, whether you have a handwritten schedule or whether you take advantage of all this technology is out there in the world. You can schedule yourself reminders on your calendar that will actually alert you, or you can download some sort of app and kind of schedule those things in as well. So, avoiding procrastination will be reduced if you set schedules and stick to those schedules. Identify events that you do have control over, and if you do have control over them, then take control. Meaning, again, setting that schedule for yourself so that that work doesn't pile up at the end of the week. All right, understand that most events that you worry about never turn out the way that you thought that they would. And don't build what you call worry mountains. Don't make something bigger than it actually is. All right, the next thing that your book talked about is time as a stressor. All right, so what can you do to manage your time? All right, we already know that we only have 24 hours in our day. Some of that time is already taken up by certain things, such as if you work an 8-hour job, you already know that those 8 hours are taken, or 12 hours are taken. If you know that you have a commute to and from work, you already know that those hours are taken. So what you can do is try to use all the idle moments. For instance, again, going back to the fact that you have this ebook. All right, if you have it downloaded, let's say your commute into work, if it's in this Atlanta area, 30 minutes, you might be in traffic an hour to an hour and a half. Use that ebook, allow it to read to you. That way you've, taken back some of your time. All right, practice time management. Whenever you do set the schedule, make sure that you stick to your schedule. You already know that most instructors want you to post your initial post by Wednesday. All right, so if when the week opens up on Sunday, you go ahead and kind of read over what you need to be successful on your first post. Then you have the rest of the week to respond to two of your peers. All right. Avoid being indecisive when you make choices. Make the choice and go ahead and stick to whatever that choice is. When you set your goals or your timelines, make sure that they're realistic. So saying that, okay, I'm going to have all of my work for all of my classes completed by Tuesday might not be realistic for some of us. So again, make sure that whatever you're setting is going to be realistic, because if it's not realistic, you're going to feel like you're failing, and therefore you're going to be back to that stressed out moment. All right. And then also noting that we have all of this technology and all of these apps that we can download that can help us as well by setting that schedule, and again taking back all of the idle moments if we can. So all right, time as a stressors. Schedule your activities, prioritize your activities. For me, what I would do, I would figure out what's going to be the most time consuming task for my class, and I'm going to try to do that one earlier in the week, and then leave the little, I'll say, minimal activities like writing terms and end of chapter questions. I might leave that to the end of the week. And then, of course, I'd figure out a time when I've gone over all the chapter material to take my test. Know yourself. All right. If you know you're a procrastinator, you have to figure out how to overcome that. All right. Being honest and knowing yourself is a big one as well. Um, Prioritizing, we already said prioritizing your activities, and then plan time for self-care, if possible. So that work-life balance, you need that sometimes to reduce stress as well as a student. All right, self-management. We already said that. Know yourself. Prioritize your responsibilities. Set your goals by setting your schedule. Um, and then, of course, plan time for self-care, work-life balance. Of course, sometimes we feel like there is no balance, but you do have to plan some time for self-care, if possible. Even if that means you just take a time out in your head. All right, plan that time to reduce your stress, even if it means taking a walk around the block or a walk around whatever job you work in. Take a walk around the parking lot whenever you have time. All right, control socializing, whether that's social media or whether that's in-person socializing. You have to try and reduce that. If you are always on social media, that means that there's times when you could be doing something more productive. All right, so again, plan time for self-care, but also don't overdo it. All right, stress buffers. All right, um buffer the effects of stress. So some of the recommendations from your book was exercise 3 to 5 times per week, 30 minutes at a time. If you're not able to do that, 10, 15 minutes would be even good if you can. Another one it talked about was eating a balanced meal, 3 balanced meals. Not all of us do that. Some of us skip meals. Some of us eat fast food because it's easy. But if you can plan a balanced meal, they say that that will assist you with buffering some of your stress. All right, some other examples that you can do are, let's see, use the resources that you have. So if school is stressing you out, maybe you need to go to tutor.com and get a tutor, let's say for your algebra class. Another one is using your advisor or your counselor. You have an academic advisor, Ms. Bobby. So you might have to check in with Bobby. I know she checks in with students periodically, weekly, to make sure that you're on task. And if you're not on task, she definitely, from what I'm told, definitely reaches out to figure out how to better assist you. All right, so make use of your resources. Other things that you can potentially do that were recommended is taking a mini vacation, a virtual in your head mini vacation. So disconnecting with everyone, clearing your head, visualize yourself where you want to be, whether that's on the beach, in the bed, wherever you want to be. Taking that mini moment to yourself can help reduce your stress. Um, and then for some people, it might be things such as meditation. All right. So for some people, it might be medication or some type of massage therapy if you can afford it. All right. So those are some of the things that you can do to reduce or buffer your stress. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So we're at the 10 past 10 o'clock moment. The last few things that your book talked about was study skills and the fact that you need to refresh often in order to not forget things, test taking strategies, um, that you need to figure out, and concluding with the final thought right here, which is probably kind of biased. Remembering that you're going to become a member of one of the greatest professions in medicine. We're the eyes of medicine. A lot of things can't be done without us. So take the time to enjoy this opportunity. It will be hard. It will be stressful, but many have come before you and many will come after you. So know that you can do it. You just have to put in the work. Even if it means repeating something, you have to put in that additional work. So that concludes your lecture. So the last task, upload your notes, and we will talk about your simulator next week. All right.
Have a
Any
good night.
questions for me?
Hmm.
All right. Good night. Any questions for me before you
Yes.
go? If you don't have questions for me, you're free to go.
Yep.
I think you have a 66% if you've loaded. If I know your profile picture is there for Zoom and you've loaded your um app, your Meta Horizon app.
Professor, the last things you said we should upload something. I
Yep.
did not get chance to do that.
You should have you upload your notes from this last part. That's the third thing that you uploaded. And most students have already uploaded the other two things. And that was they updated their Zoom profile picture. That was the first task that we did. And then they also uploaded the fact that they were successful in getting that Meta Horizon account tagged or profile with their student email.
I
All right. So
got that
those were
one,
the
the
tasks.
other one.
All right, so if you did that one, then you should have uploaded a image that shows either that confirmation email or your actual profile that lists your school email.
Yeah, that one I haven't got that yet. So, how do I get into that?
Get into
Not Mid Horizon, the other one.
so the Zoom profile, I can
That is
only send
Not in,
you the
not in,
video. Uh-huh.
not in Zoom one, the other one you said.
The Meta Horizon.
No, you said we should get, we should upload something. It's not
I had a
network.
question.
Okay. Go ahead, Rodolfo.
I wasn't here last week because I missed last week. For the lecture notes, are they handwritten or can they be typed?
Um, so typically I'm not I'm not I'm okay with handwritten. Like I don't need you to take handwritten notes and then go back and type them up. So when we're taking the notes in class, when you handwrite them, those are good enough.
But if they're typed, it's fine as well.
If they're typed, it's fine as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Professor,
Mm-hmm.
I also emailed you
Um,
about
about
my grades for last week classwork. So I was not sure what I didn't do right correctly. And
let me see.
for the classwork, which is a
Let
lower
me
grade.
follow back. I'll follow up
I
on
don't
that. Um, budget and class. So check your in-class assignment from last week. I'll check that. Do you need anything, Miss Boyd? Miss Boyd? Let's see.
Gonna see if you had got that the proof of the media now, if it was all
Hold
uploaded
on,
on.
let me look real quick. Let me stop the share. See. Not sure what is going on. Just send it to me in an email. For whatever reason, it's not loading to your account.
Okay.
It's not loading to the ICA tab.
Okay. So do you even see the notes? You don't see those either, do you?
I don't see the notes either.
Okay.
So, tell me, but it should be the same as when you submit your homework. You're fine with your homework, right?
Yeah, well, actually, with my other class, I had a problem with it last week. She said I didn't upload something, and I tried to do it again, and it still didn't upload. So it might be something going on. And now it's my computer's not letting me see my face either. So I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with my computer. But it's showing it's on here. But I can email them to you if that's what you want me to do.
Email it to me.
Okay.
Tell me this. Are you able to type a comment there?
Let me see. Let me go back.
So I submitted a comment to you. Here, I'll submit another one.
Let's see.
Notes and
Mm,
all
I
right,
don't.
so I'm gonna submit a comment for you. Um, See if you're able to see the comments for the attempt. Only thing I can say is maybe restart your computer. I don't know if you have another device. You could probably even try your phone maybe, but I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, I don't see your comments either.
You don't
That's
see the
weird.
comments?
Mm,
Hmm.
that's weird. Okay. I did try to restart it because I thought maybe that. Okay, I see them now. No, maybe. Yeah, waiting on email for notes. I do see that on the comment. Do you want me to try to send it on there? Because it shows I can
See if you can do it.
that way. See if I can do it that way.
Professor, I tried to upload my picture, so I'm not sure if you see my picture now.
Give me 1 second. So for your account, for your Meta account, I do see that you uploaded me a document. Did you finish with the create account tab though?
Me?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you went ahead and finished it out?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got the Meta account.
I mean the Zoom picture. Did you see that?
Let me go to Zoom. I'm looking at the other stuff now. Let me see. Zoom. All right. So go ahead. So no, I don't see it. It's still just your name.
I don't know.
But you were able to find where it says edit profile picture? Or
Yeah, I thought I did because I click on the picture. Maybe I should. Let me share this. It's okay. I share this quick.
Okay. I got it shows that I attached those files on the
Okay.
comment.
Is it this way? I mean this side? Because I saw the computers setting.
let me see. Let me check you out, Miss Boy.
Okay, let me click on. Okay, this is setting here. I'm gonna click on it. I tried to upload this picture. Can you see it?
Uh,
Huh?
1 second. All right, I got your JPEGs. You're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Mhm.
Okay. Did you see this picture? Can you
Cool.
see this?
Let me make my screen bigger. Hold on. I see it in the background, but that is a background. So that is not your actual picture.
Well, I took it from my upload side pictures.
So you see how I have in my background like a chair and all of that?
Mm-hmm.
That is that's a background. What
Oh,
I need though is so I'm gonna hide myself and show you. Uh, Stop share. Oh.
let me. I should stop share.
No, no, no. I'm saying so. See how when I turn my camera off, you see
Yeah.
a picture.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I can't seem to see that part
Do
in
you
here.
have any Do you have any? Let me see. Participants reaction.
No, that's audio.
That's background. Look up to the top of your picture where you see my picture and then your picture beside it. I mean your name beside it. Hover again in that window. Go up, up.
Okay, hold on. I don't even see my profile here. I don't know where it has gone.
No, I'm saying where you so where you see your name in the window. So you see my name with my picture and then your name. Hover again in the top right corner where you see mute in the three dots. What are you getting there again?
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get my profile page. I mean, like, I don't even see that. That's what I was trying to ask you, if you see me, if you see my picture there.
Do you have any other family members that might be familiar with Zoom?
No, I don't have nobody here.
Mm.
There is a setting. Okay, that's not necessary. So, if I just go to Zoom and is it just the regular Zoom or the school Zoom? I'm gonna be able to upload this picture there.
This Zoom workplace, you should be able to not even log in, but go to your account settings and change your profile picture in your settings. That is what I can't show you. Because for me, when I pull up my Zoom workplace app, across the top it'll tell me like it'll have like a team chat on the side, and then across the top for me it says whiteboards, home, calendar, documents, team chat. Then there's a more dot, and then you skip over and there's a bell, a calendar, and then it's me in a Zoom meeting. And if I click on that last button, um that is where I can find my settings. And in the settings is where you can find that profile area. And unfortunately, when I share, it is not, it won't let me show you that on the screen. I don't even think. I don't even think I can. I can't even do a screenshot. All right. So between now and Sunday, just keep. Hello? Between now and Sunday, just keep playing with it to
Okay.
figure out how to add that photo.
Okay. Till when?
When assignments are due,
Okay.
Sunday. Between now and Sunday, try to figure it out. Just keep me up to date, and I'll take a look at your
Okay.
which
Please,
assignment was which
look up.
assignment was this you emailed me about?
Say it again,
Is
please.
that the entire assignment that you emailed me about?
Oh, that was for last week, class work. So I tried to upload whatever you said. So I'm not sure what I was missing exactly. And I think you gave me 10 out of 100, and that lower my grades to to the I don't even know
So it was
what to
the
say.
in-class assignment or your
Ye-
regular assignment?
And in class assignment.
Let me see.
Yeah. Because I've been doing everything else as much I can, but the in-class assignment was the
So,
one that lowered my grades.
so the only thing that you submitted to me was a picture of the actual. I mean, what I see here was a picture of the actual Zoom recording. You actually need to take physical notes on it. And what else? Let's see. And the only
Okay, physical note to describe or to say what exactly.
what we talked about in class. So we went over the chapter and then we went over some websites. And
So
at that point in
I
time, you
should
were supposed
write.
to be taking notes for the whole session.
So you wanted me to write everything you said on the in the class?
Yes, even tonight. That was the final assignment, was to take notes on what we were going over, what you are getting from the information.
Oh, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, so the 10 points I gave you was for the fact that you uploaded that original page that I told you guys to write. I said write professional organizations 12/19 2005, and it was a time by it. And then the next thing I had you guys upload was the notes from the lecture. And then the last thing that you were supposed to upload were the notes from the actual what you got from what we talked about on the websites. So if you want to go back and watch the video and upload that, you can. But you have to submit the work to get the points.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So try to figure out that Zoom thing too, the Zoom photo, and I'll give you some time to get it done, but I can't give you the points until I see that it actually happened.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.